do this. Hi, friends. It is beyond exciting to see you all tonight. I'm so excited to be here with Tara and Kelley. That's what building partnerships are all about, is getting to show up in spaces like this together. Healthy schools are inclusive schools, and that means bridging divides, fostering connection, and just showing up for each other as humans. Authentically working towards health equity calls us to acknowledge the intersectional nature of our identities. I'm proud to have spent almost 16 years working at Healthier Generation. And as a queer person, as an adoptee with Indigenous heritage, it means everything to me to introduce tonight's land acknowledgement and grounding. To champion health equity, we must recognize the history of colonialism, its impact on Native communities, as well as its ongoing impact on all marginalized people. Only together can we commit ourselves to building mutual respect and love across all barriers of difference. Of course, this can only be done through partnership, so I'm so excited to turn the mic over to my friend, Kelley Klor.
Thank you, Daniel. It's an honor to be here, and it's my privilege to lead our land acknowledgement tonight. Please join me in recognizing the Nacotchtank and Piscataway people, the first residents of the land that would become the District of Columbia. We pay our respects to their elders, past and present. Please also join me in acknowledging that much of what we know of this country today is made possible by the labor of enslaved African people and their ascendants who suffered the horrors of the transatlantic slave trafficking of their people, chattel slavery, and Jim Crow. The lands on which we presently live, gather, and enjoy once sustained the foodways, the trade routes, and the livelihood of many Native nations, and we offer our gratitude and respect. Osio Nagad, Kelley Klor Dawadoa, Jijalagi. Hello, everybody. My name is Kelley Klor, and I'm a citizen of Cherokee Nation. I'm humbled to be here tonight in this room of some of the nation's best and most talented educators. And while I'm not an educator myself, I am an aspiring archivist, and believe it or not, you and I actually do have a lot in common. You inspire and instill a passion for learning. You make subjects fun, even math. You directly impact our future just by doing your job. You affect change for our students and for our education system as a whole, and you make a difference. Archivists, on the other hand, preserve cultural heritage. We protect our historical records, and we ensure access for all to the world's documentary heritage. In both of our career fields, we acknowledge and recognize that historical injustices have occurred. With courage and conviction, we take action to correct injustices, and we take action to learn from them and to work together to create a brighter and more just future for our children and our future generations. Sitting Bull, a Hunkpapa Lakota spiritual and political leader, once said, "Let us put our minds together and see what life we can make for our children." Those words are very near and dear to my heart, and I want our future citizens to see themselves represented with care and respect in our records and documents that we work to preserve now. The students that you teach will be the ones to create those records and documents, whatever they may be, because of the way you inspire them. Together, we have a part in shaping our future, and I know you don't get told thank you enough, so thank you for the work that you do, for the passion that you bring, for the care that you bring to the students in your classroom. I encourage you to use the QR code that's on the back of your menu on the table to learn more about the Native people who lived on and stewarded the land that you now live on. I encourage you to take your acknowledgement a step further by taking action. Learn about the Native people who once lived on the land where you live. Make your acknowledgement meaningful and personal, and share it with your students. Even further, get to know the Native nations, the people who are still here today. Learn from our wisdom and our knowledge. Reflect on your own connection to the land on which you live and use, and to your connection with one another. I pray that you enjoy your evening, that you experience community and celebration at this summit, and that you return home safely to the love and the care of your families, your community, that your village, hopefully expanded with the connections that you make here tonight, will welcome you back with encouragement and support. Also, I pray that your students are blessed, and I pray for the protection of them, because they're all our students. They're all our future. May they grow to be people who care for this land. May they grow to be people who care for the water and the birds and the animals and the insects and fish that we share this world with. And most importantly, may they care to grow into people that care for one another. The Cherokee do not have a word for goodbye because we know that we'll see each other again. So instead we say, Donadago Ha'i. Wadu, thank you so much for letting me join you this evening, for joining me in this acknowledgement. And now please welcome Tara Stiles to lead us in our grounding exercise.
Wow, that was amazing. I heard Kelley say that on a little rehearsal, and I thought, wow, I really want to carry this with me, and I know through what we're doing with each other, we can put our heads together and really come up with some meaningful things. And something that I'd like to share here is a meaningful grounding exercise. I know that when I connect to myself, so much more becomes possible. So if you'd like to, please join me in first finding a comfortable place for yourself. And being comfortable is something that we can always get better at. So a little bend in your knees, a little bend in your elbows, relaxing your mechanical, movable parts of your body. And we're so much more than our physical bodies, so relaxing, softening your whole self, your mind, your emotions. Let everything soften here. And start to notice what happens with you. Notice your breath. Notice your breath start to carry you outward with every big inhale, expanding, making more space and room. Every exhale, releasing, relaxing, making it even easier to be you, being here with yourself and with each other right now. Feel free to close your eyes if you like. Have your hands down or to your center if that's more comfortable for you. And simply notice how you feel. Notice anything you're aware of that's happening with you, anything happening with your body, anything happening with your mind and your emotions. Simply notice. Take a big inhale. Long exhale. 2 more together. Big inhale. Long exhale. 1 more. Big inhale. Long exhale. Relax everything easy here. If you'd like to, gently open your eyes and have a simple look around at the wonderful, incredible, beautiful, inspiring people around you. We make a simple, meaningful connection with ourselves. It's easy and fun and joyful to make these wonderful connections with each other. So thank you for having me here, and thank you, Kelley, Daniel, and we'll see you soon.
Distinguished guests, please welcome Healthier Generation's Chief Executive Officer, Kathy Higgins, to the stage.
Welcome everybody. Welcome these distinguished, beautiful, and esteemed guests. And I just want to start by thanking Kelley, Tara, and Daniel for providing that powerful land acknowledgement and the grounding as we open up this important event rooted in equity. You know, as we gather here tonight, I am reminded, and especially with that special opening, the importance of coming together to support each other, to build community, to work towards resilience, from the global scale to our local communities. And we honor you all for being here. I'm so glad to be in person with you all tonight. This is something that we have been dreaming of at Healthier Generation, working on, planning towards for a long time. And it is wonderful to be gathered here to honor you and your successes, your stories, your energy. We celebrate you, America's healthiest schools. At Healthier Generation, we are dedicated to advancing a vision anchored in whole child health equity, where every mind, every body, every young person is healthy and ready to succeed. Leaders like you gathered here tonight are critical to making that vision come alive. It is working with you that we together get to make a difference. And we know it's not easy. Schools, communities, and families everywhere are grappling with complex and stressful challenges, from high rates of vaping and nicotine addiction to youth mental health crisis. Yet leaders like you show up each and every day, full of resolve to ensure that staff, students, in your schools are being welcomed into a caring and nurturing and healthful environments where they can thrive and succeed. Every school represented in this room has been recognized in more than 4 topic areas, a testament to your integrated approach to advancing whole child health and your commitment to providing a network of support for students, staff, and families. We had 781 America's Healthiest Schools this year, our biggest cohort since the recognition program was established more than 15 years ago. This includes, and I see you all over there, 14 all-star schools that met the criteria for recognition across all 9 topic areas. We're so excited to celebrate you all and these accomplishments with you here in person. And remarkably, 75% of the schools honored this year are Title I schools, serving under-resourced communities and families facing disproportionate burdens that arise from systemic inequities. And we thank you. We thank you for coming to Washington, D.C. to represent your schools, to represent your families, to represent your communities. I want to take a moment now to express gratitude to the many partners and supporters who make our work possible. In fact, we're proud that our first name is Alliance because we believe deeply, each and every one of us at the Alliance for Healthier Generation believes deeply that is together that we are dedicated to delivering the promise of a healthier generation for young people. And first, I want to thank to our event co-chairs, Nancy Brown and Chelsea Clinton. These public health heroes inspire me and millions every day through their significant cause leadership. In addition to Nancy and Chelsea, I'd like to thank several members of the Healthier Generation Board who insisted on being here to honor you personally for your remarkable accomplishments. And board members, if you could just stand for me, because I want everyone to see that you all insisted on being here, and I'm grateful for your support and leadership to Healthier Generation throughout the year. I want to extend a huge thank you to the sponsors of this year's Leader Summit. The celebration just would not be possible without their support. Thank you especially to the sponsors of America's Healthiest Schools Recognition Program, Kaiser Permanente, Harmony SEL at National University, and of course, our corporate heroes at Kohl's. Thank you all. And I think many of you know that we are also deeply grateful for the visionary investment of Mackenzie Scott has made in our organization that enabled us to advance our justice, our equity, our diversity, our inclusion, and our belonging values, and to bring back the Leaders Summit. As I thought about being here with you and the essence of your accomplishments in being one of America's healthiest schools, a quote from the late Nelson Mandela came to mind, and that is, "The true character of society is revealed in how it treats its children." The true character of society is revealed in how it treats its children. Well, we are all here to honor you for bringing that quote alive, for prioritizing your health, your community health, and the health of your children in your community, and we thank you. Over the next 24 hours, we'll have the chance to meet each other, learn from each other, and celebrate your hard work. Each and every one of you are dedicated to making a difference. We're going to hear from inspiring leaders like our keynote speaker, who I'd like to introduce now. Admiral Rachel L. Levine serves as the 17th Assistant Secretary for Health for the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the head of the U.S. Public Health Service Commission Corps. She works every day to advance the health and well-being of all Americans, helping our nation overcome the COVID-19 pandemic and build a stronger foundation for a healthier future. Admiral Levine's storied career began as a physician in academic medicine focused on the intersection between mental and physical health, treating children, adolescents, and young adults. She went on to serve as Pennsylvania's Physician General and later as Pennsylvania's Secretary of Health, where her work addressed COVID-19, the opioid crisis, and other public health challenges. She has worked tirelessly to advance health equity among children and teens, from advocating on behalf of LGBTQ+ youth to addressing vaccine hesitancy to speaking out against bullying and discrimination. We're so honored to hear from her tonight, so please join me in welcoming Admiral Levine. Thank you, Admiral. Thank you.
Well, good evening, America's Healthiest Schools. I think we should give you a round of applause. It's very exciting. So thank you so much for inviting me to be with you tonight. It is truly my honor to be here to say a few words about the work that HHS is doing to improve public health for America's young people through better nutrition, vaccines, and behavioral health supports. Schools play a critical role in promoting health and safety for our children and adolescents across the nation. As a pediatrician and adolescent medicine specialist, I have certainly seen firsthand how programs that promote healthy schools benefit children, staff, and families. Healthy People 2030 defines health equity as the attainment of the highest levels of health for all people. And I have said many times, and I firmly believe that we have not made progress unless we have all made progress. We can only eliminate disparities in health and healthcare by making a concerted effort to correct the impacts of injustices, improve the social determinants of health. These, of course, are the conditions in the environment where people are born, live, learn, work, play, worship, and age that affect a wide range of health and quality of life outcomes. The social determinants of health uniquely impact schools. And I want to highlight the importance of nutrition and physical activity and health education in creating a healthy, optimal environment for learning and development. The America's Healthiest School program, offered by our hosts at Healthier Generation, showcases the importance of creating and fostering healthy learning environments where all students, staff, and families can thrive. If you look at federal and state government healthcare providers, and the philanthropic community, a deeper understanding of the role of nutrition in health is finding a very large audience. Nutrition and access to healthy food options are entering the broader conversation alongside the need for physical activity, access to vaccines, and supports for youth mental health. Food accessibility and nutritional security are directly associated with health outcomes and are absolutely imperative for healthy living. Students who have experienced food insecurity throughout the day have been shown to have decreased performance, memory, and problem solving. This can lead to lower grades, higher absenteeism, and overall decline in mental health. So schools play an important role in increasing access to food and reducing hunger. Just over 1 year ago, the HHS Office of Disease Prevention and Health Promotion, which I oversee, helped to organize the White House Conference on Hunger, Nutrition, and Health. The Biden administration's work in this area is guided by the National Strategy on Hunger, Nutrition, and Health, which the White House announced in September of last year. The strategy has several related goals: to advance a pathway to free, healthy school meals for all students, support food sovereignty and improve access to traditional foods, leverage federal nutrition assistance programs to promote healthy habits, increase access to local food to better connect people to nutritious foods, and support physical activity among children both in and out of school. And at HHS, we are taking a variety of actions to support these goals, and we continue to work towards full implementation. Now, I know many of you here work on different facets of nutrition, and I'd like to share some ways HHS is responding to the strategy. Now, HHS and the United States Department of Agriculture work together to update and release the dietary guidelines for Americans every 5 years. Each edition reflects the current body of nutrition science. By providing evidence-based nutritional recommendations to meet nutrient needs, promote health, and prevent diseases, the dietary guidelines are an invaluable resource and really a cornerstone of federal nutrition policy and nutrition education activities. Most notably, our 2025 Dietary Guidelines Advisory Committee has recognized the importance of advancing diversity, equity, and inclusion in developing the new guidelines. And the committee has developed and is applying a health equity lens to their review of the evidence. At HHS and my office, we are also responsible for the physical activity guidelines, an essential resource for health professionals and policymakers. It includes recommendations for Americans aged 3 and above, including people at increased risk of chronic disease. The guidelines serve as the primary authoritative voice of the federal government for evidence-based guidelines on physical activity, fitness, and health for all Americans. And related, our President's Council on Sports, Fitness, and Nutrition continues to focus and expand on the importance of physical activity and nutrition on overall well-being. For kids, sports not only provide an important way to get physical activity, but participation in sports can help youth do better in school, develop important life and social skills, and have improved mental health and self-esteem. Now, second, in regards to vaccinations, as a pediatrician, I advocate for the importance of school vaccination requirements to protect children, adolescents, staff, teachers, families, and communities from vaccine-preventable illnesses. And at HHS, we spotlight the importance of creating safe environments where people and communities are protected. Our department serves as an advocate and convener for health institutions across the nation, and we strongly support vaccinations for routine, seasonal, age that are recommended, and illness-related vaccines. For diseases that spread easily from person to person, communicable diseases, vaccine coverage needs to be very high to protect our children and our communities. Even small drops in vaccination rates can impact our families, and the consequences can be severe. Vaccinations are really one of the success stories of the 20th and 21st century in terms of public health. Data show that they are safe, they are effective, and they save lives. But we are currently experiencing misinformation about vaccinations, and this misinformation is eroding public confidence in them. If we want vaccines to continue to protect our children, families, and teachers, we need to speak up and advocate for safe and effective vaccines. and we need to model positive vaccine conversations. Right now, as we move into the fall and winter, we have vaccines to protect us from COVID-19, from influenza, and from RSV. As CDC's new flu vaccine information campaign reminds us, vaccines help take diseases from wild to mild, meaning that even if you get sick, they provide protection against serious infection and the consequences from these illnesses. And third, I wanted to briefly discuss youth mental health. Our children and adolescents need our empathy. They need our compassion and understanding to grow and learn. A report in April of 2023 in the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention released the Youth Risk Behavior Survey, or YRBS, for the years 2011 to 2021. And this provides some key data on behaviors and experiences among adolescents. They relate to sexual behavior, substance use, experience of violence, mental health, and suicidality. This nationally representative survey of United States high school students reveals the changing health risks that our young people are facing. And this is the first national YRBS data that's been presented after the COVID-19 pandemic acute phase. Over the past decade, teens in general, but especially girls, have experienced dramatic increases in experiences of violence, poor mental health, and suicide risk. In addition, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer students continue to be at high risk. In 2021, tragically, half of LGBTQ teens seriously considered suicide, and 1 in 4 had attempted suicide. So it's critically important that right now everyone become familiar with the 988 program through HHS and SAMHSA. Suicide prevention for youth is an absolute national priority, and 988 is a great tool to prevent suicides. Simply dialing 988 will connect a person in need with a suicide and crisis hotline. And you can text and chat instead of dialing for young people. If you know someone who is struggling, you can have them call, text, or chat with Lifeline. These counselors are available 24/7 to listen and support without judgment. As you are well aware, mental health challenges can reveal themselves in many different ways in schools. And my friend and colleague, United States Surgeon General Vice Admiral Vivek Murthy, issued an advisory on youth mental health in December 2021. This advisory is an important tool and provides actionable recommendations for how schools, educators, staff can support mental health for all students. So, in conclusion, despite the heavy toll it has exacted, COVID-19 and the challenges of the past 3 years have reminded us of a fundamental truth, that we need each other, that our happiness and our very survival depend upon our connections to one another and to our community. And it is that spirit of community that makes our country great. And it is what we need now more than ever. We know that there are many groups that face unique and increased risks. We must close disparities in access and outcomes, eliminate bias and discrimination, and address the systemic barriers, including the barrier of systemic racism, that have contributed to historic inequities. All Americans, everyone in our nation, deserve care and services that are timely, affordable, accessible, equitable, and high quality. These are our family members, our friends, our neighbors, our students, and our coworkers. And as a nation, we can do better. We must do better. And with your help, we will do better. So on behalf of the United States Department of Health and Human Services, congratulations to our nation's healthiest schools. Enjoy your celebration, and thank you so much.
Wow, thank you, Admiral Levine. Your words of, we all need each other, we must need each other, and so we must all do better to care for each other, really resonated. Thank you so much. We're so appreciative, Admiral Levine, of your service, the work of the Department of Health and Human Services, and thank you for being with us today. Well, Healthier Generation would not be what it is today, and we wouldn't be here tonight if it wasn't for the vision of our founding organizations, the American Heart Association and the Clinton Foundation. I'll now introduce one of our biggest supporters, Healthier Generation's Director Emeritus and Honorary Health Champion of our Board of Directors, this year's Leaders Summit co-chair, Dr. Chelsea Clinton. As vice chair of the Clinton Foundation, Chelsea works on a variety of initiatives to support children, families, and young adults. In addition to teaching at Columbia University's Mailman School of Public Health, she hosts a public health podcast and writes books for young readers, including, a fun fact, a book in her She Persisted series about our keynote speaker, Admiral Levine. Chelsea is a fierce and fearless voice on behalf of causes we care deeply about at Healthier Generation, like promoting immunization, destigmatizing addiction, and advancing gender equality. Please join me in welcoming this remarkable friend and leader to the stage, Dr. Chelsea Clinton.
Thank you, Kathy, for that overly warm and generous introduction. I also really want to thank the Admiral for being with us this evening and kind of rooting our work in the broader public health context. As I know many of you know, since you're here with us this evening, almost 20 years ago, the Clinton Foundation joined forces with the American Heart Association initially to address the growing challenges of childhood obesity, most importantly for our children and also for their families, our communities, our health systems, our country. Working, I know, with kind of many of the schools here in the room this evening, and that work now has truly, appropriately expanded to encompass really every aspect of child health. And so we're so profoundly thankful for our almost 2 decades of partnership with the American Heart Association. I personally have learned a tremendous amount from the team at AHA and their indefatigable leader, Nancy Brown, who is truly one of the most exceptional leaders and executives that I've ever had the privilege of working with. We are profoundly thankful to be in partnership with her and the AHA every day through the work of the Alliance, and I could not imagine a better steward for that work than Kathy, and could not be more grateful for the championship of Admiral Levine. So really, just with enormous gratitude, I want to welcome onto stage my friend, Nancy Brown.
Good evening. Chelsea, thank you so much for that amazing introduction. And I remember the very first time I met Chelsea, and I was inspired by her genuine, passionate commitment for all people, but especially for young people in this country. And she has devoted so much of her work to making sure that every child everywhere has an equal opportunity to health and well-being. And Chelsea, we're so grateful to you for that. And I have to say, this is a really special moment. I'm so excited that this event is back face-to-face. It has been an important part of the legacy of the Alliance for a Healthier Generation. As Chelsea said, it was almost 20 years ago when President Clinton underwent quadruple bypass surgery. And within actually days of getting home from the hospital, he made a connection with us at the American Heart Association because he wanted to do something that could make a difference in the lives of people, especially young people. And as only President Clinton can do, he's an amazing storyteller. I remember him talking about his childhood. And as Chelsea said, at that time, we were very focused on combating childhood obesity, which is still important and part of our portfolio at Healthier Generation. But he remembered the school environment and how important it was in shaping him as a young man. And we made the decision to focus our joint work together on making sure that every child everywhere could live a healthy life. And so tonight it is amazing to be here to honor and recognize your remarkable work, the work that you do every day in helping future generations thrive. At the American Heart Association, we consider ourselves and we consider all of you, and certainly the Clinton Foundation, a relentless force for a world of longer, healthier lives. I remember when I was in school, I remember it very clearly. I grew up in a very small community, and all of my teachers had an impact on my life. But I remember very specifically Miss Vivian, who was my physical education instructor in elementary school. And she really inspired me to focus on fitness, to focus on swimming. I became a competitive swimmer thanks to Miss Vivian, and she helped me incorporate healthy lifestyle habits every day of my life since I had the honor to know her. And, at the AHA, we join with the Alliance for a Healthier Generation in making sure that heart-healthy messages are incorporated into the school curriculum. We do it at the AHA these days through our clever characters. These characters teach young people about heart health, and it allows people to meet young kids where they're at. I share both of these examples as the power and the influence of the school environment on people's lives years and years and years later. So if you don't get thanked enough every single day for the work that you do, I thank you and just say thank you for that amazing difference you're making in people's lives. So we know that an important part of this evening is to recognize our all-star schools for your extraordinary accomplishment of achieving recognition across all 9 topic areas. Let's get Chelsea, who's still here, and Kathy back up here, and we will celebrate our all-stars. When you hear your school's name called, please come to the stage, accept your award, and remain on stage until the end of the award presentation. Chelsea, back to you.
Yes. Thank you so much. I, though, have to now exploit the fact that I have the microphone to just share my gratitude for Coach Dorr, who was my elementary school gym teacher. We are. So now
whose teacher is
I just, well, and Coach Dorr taught me to square dance, and oh yeah, thank you, and also tried to teach me to dribble a basketball. Please note the different words and tenses used.
Yeah.
He was successful in one and less so in the other. I now have my 4-year-old trying to teach me how to dribble a basketball, so maybe I didn't learn then so that I could be humbled now as a parent. But one of the more fun facts about Coach Dorr was that he went to high school with my mother, and they had gym class together. So from suburban Chicago and a very large public high school to a not so small, medium-sized public elementary school in Little Rock, Arkansas, I too shared a gymnasium with Coach Dorr. I really just want to say how proud I am to be here and how thankful we are in the kind of community of the AHA and the Clinton Foundation and Healthier Generation to indeed be back together in person, as we heard Nancy reflect on, and to really celebrate the extraordinary work that all of you are doing every day. And so with that, our first All-Star awardee is Crestwood Street STEAM Magnet School. Crestwood is proud of prioritizing positive relationships to promote equity and celebrate diversity. Their principal says, quote, "We are always there for each other, and that makes a difference," end quote. And don't we all need more of that today? Give them a round of applause.
Our next All-Star is Bridgeport Elementary School. Bridgeport's principal is most proud of their equity committee that ensures students see their diverse cultures represented in school lessons and discussions. Congratulations, Bridgeport Elementary.
And next we have Cedar Creek Elementary School, a 2-time All-Star awardee, recognized in all 9 topic areas in 2022 and recognized again in all 9 this year. Congratulations, and please give them a round of applause.
Emblem Academy prioritizes collaboration among students, families, district administration, and the city to build a calm learning environment that promotes relationship building, increased attendance, and academic growth. What amazing goals. Congratulations.
At James Foster Elementary School, prioritizing health has made a big impact on the sense of connectedness and support that students and staff feel in school. Their leaders hope to see more funding for mental health resources for students and families in the future, and we certainly hope they do. Please give them a round of applause.
Mountain View Elementary School's leadership team and social committee meet monthly to brainstorm ways to foster strong staff relationships. Employee retention has increased, and their school climate survey shows more staff regularly look forward to coming to work. Congratulations.
At Plum Canyon Elementary School, our next All-Star awardee, their curriculum includes nutrition lessons, physical education, and social-emotional learning to support the health of the whole child. I think we all wish that all of our children were in those environments. Please give them a round of applause.
At Rosedale Elementary School, district-level capacity building has been instrumental to their success. As a result of the resources invested by the district, the school has seen improvements in attendance rates, student behavior, positive peer relationships, and academic achievements. Congratulations.
Santa Clarita Elementary School has created a healthy learning community with daily lessons on social emotional learning and a wellness committee that supports students, staff, and their families. Please give them a round of applause.
West Creek Academy is another two-time All-Star awardee. West Creek is proud of its Operation Kindness program, where teachers and non-teaching staff team up to spread kindness throughout the campus.
Leaders at Lynch Creek Elementary School credit the Pinellas County School District with setting the stage for success with clear policies and procedures, as well as professional learning to promote a healthy school environment for theirs and all schools in the district. Please give them a round of applause.
At Ponce de Leon Elementary School, all students from kindergarten to 5th grade receive the recommended 150 minutes of physical education instruction each week. The school was first recognized as one of America's healthiest schools all the way back in 2008. Congratulations.
Amazing. Budlong Elementary School ensures that students from pre-kindergarten through 8th grade are provided opportunities for movement, social-emotional learning time, calming quarters, and a full-time school counselor and social worker. Congratulations.
At Palmer Elementary School, students have come up with great ideas for health programming, like making posters about nutritious food choices for the cafeteria. The school has seen an increased awareness of healthy behaviors among students, teachers, staff, parents, and caregivers. Congratulations to Palmer Elementary. Now let's give one big group round of applause to America's Healthiest Schools All-Stars. And we are going to take a photo. Yes, come on, stand up. They deserve the love. Thank you all so much. And we will take a big group photo.
All right, congratulations to our wonderful schools, and thank you, Chelsea and Nancy, for the inspiring group of schools that you just honored. Okay, folks, now I'd like to recognize an industry leader whose partnership with Healthier Generation has made a positive impact upon millions of lives of children and families. The spirit of the Healthier Generation Corporate Hero Award is intended to recognize a public-private collaboration that improves the lives of our nation's children. Now, everyone, I want you to know about this. This bar is high for this prestigious award because the recipient must demonstrate extraordinary effort to advance whole child health equity, bold leadership in promoting proven public health solutions, and innovation in creating and fostering positive change on behalf of children, communities, and families. While meeting the criteria for receiving an award of this level is a challenge for the best of corporate leaders, our decision was easy and obvious. This year, we are pleased to present the Healthier Generation Corporate Hero Award to Kohl's. Since 2019, the Kohl's Healthy at Home initiative has provided proven tips, activities, and resources to help make the healthy choice the easy choice for families. As part of their commitment to supporting families, Healthier Generation is supporting schools, Kohl specifically sponsoring America's Healthiest Schools topic area of increasing family and community engagement. There were 274 schools earning this topic recognition in 2023 by excelling their family engagement policies and practices. This is so important, and I know you all know this, because studies have shown that engaging parents and caregivers is essential to cultivating healthier schools and a healthier home, supporting our children everywhere where they learn and they live. We are beyond grateful for Kohl's for demonstrating extraordinary partnership and leadership to the greatest benefit of our families and our schools. Let's take a quick look at their work in action.
Your health impacts your entire life. I am ecstatic that Kohl's came in and they're concerned with the health of our students and the teachers.
I started cooking with my father when I was quite young. It was always awesome to see how he cooks and how he manipulates ingredients and the things that he was very passionate about.
I'm hoping that this conversation can not only help other young people out there, but can also help those looking to support them.
Don't stress out about the perfection of things. Just know that it's all about making it tasty and having a good time.
A lot of students, they just need some simple guidance, and this gift is absolutely huge for our student. For one, it shows that Kohl's really cares about their community.
This past year, there's been a lot of things that have come to light. Our students and our families endured a lot throughout the pandemic. It really looks different in each household, and really instilling in our youngsters and our parents and all of our families the importance of health and wellness is really been a focus for us this year, so that we're meeting the needs of each individual student.
Well, now I'd like to invite Jen Johnson, Senior Vice President of Corporate Communications at Kohl's, to join me on the stage to accept the honor on behalf of Kohl's. Please join me in congratulating them.
Thank you. Any Kohl's shoppers in the room? Okay, my people. This is going to be great. Let's see. Thank you for the introduction. Thank you. And I also want to just say I come from a long line of teachers and principals, and if I am in a room of this many educators, I have to say thank you, thank you, thank you. Anyone who's brave enough to stand in front of a classroom of kids, thank you, thank you, thank you. Some of us has to take weird corporate jobs, and you are doing the good work. So I just want to say thank you so much for recognizing Kohl's for that very kind video. I'm privileged to be here to accept the Corporate Hero Award for Kohl's on behalf of our 100,000 associates all across the country. It's a really special company, and we get the honor of being the ones who get to really do the philanthropic work. So I also want to thank Tara Geiter, who is my colleague here. And she has been a big leadership role in all of our corporate partners, specifically finding, developing, and fostering our relationship with Alliance for Healthier Generation. So thank you for that. At Kohl's, we really believe that in order to live our values, we have to care for the people in our communities, our workplaces, and the communities where we all live and work. And this guides how we work with partners, how we approach our philanthropic work, how we consider the environment, and how we touch the lives of our customers, associates, and communities. And it's what led us to be here in this room with you together today. I can think of no better example of caring for people in our communities than the work you all have done to improve the physical, mental, and social-emotional health of your students, staff, and families. To the awardees in this room and across the country, huge congratulations on continuing to prioritize this important work to address and overcome the many challenges facing our kids and communities, especially in the last few years. I think we can all agree it's been a kind of hard time to be a human, let alone a young and developing human. So you are the heroes for really helping them overcome those obstacles and barriers and focusing them on developing and becoming the next healthier generation. This is just one of the many reasons that we've partnered with Healthier Generation, because we recognize that the key to whole child, whole family, whole community health has to work in partnership with schools, together with parents and caregivers, to improve the environments that we all share together. Since our partnership began in 2019, as the video mentioned, 8 million families and 29,000 schools have received healthy living support from Kohl's Healthy at Home. We know that that's not just about the numbers of families that we're touching, although scale is very important in addressing inequities. We know it's also about quality and sustainability of this work that offers the promise of a healthier generation. And we know that there's a lot more work to be done. Well, we couldn't be more proud of what's brought us here together today and the work that we've done. We are also committing to growing and increasing our partnership with Alliance in 2024 and beyond. Thank you all. Congratulations to the schools. Enjoy the night.
Jen, thank you so much. I will share with you all, because I saw you in the lobby, I saw you in the while you were checking in, I saw you in the elevator, and so many of you said how much you love our resources, our tips, our tools, and the things that you can access through our Action Center. And it is one of those but for not. If it wasn't for Kohl's, those things just simply would not be available to the families, to the teachers, to the children that are using them. So we're all grateful to you. I want to thank all of you tonight who have traveled to be here with us, some nearby, some that traveled thousands of miles away. And we're so glad that you were here with us to continue this celebration, not only tonight, but then tomorrow. We will begin our morning movement session led by Tiffany Forte at, come on, your school people, 6:30 in the morning in the Anacostia Ballroom, which is that way. You all know where it is now. It's that way. We will also hear from a terrific lineup of experts on youth mental health and technology in the classroom. We'll have representatives from the U.S. Department of Agriculture and Google, and from Chef Lovely, a host of the cooking show Lovely Bites, just to name a few of the star lineup for tomorrow. Throughout the summit, I encourage you to use the app that we've provided to everybody to connect and network with other attendees. Please tag us in the photos or videos. I loved all the pictures that were being taken down there. Please tag us using the hashtag Healthiest Schools. And finally, I can't end this evening without thanking the staff at Healthier Generation, whose commitment to our mission and continuous innovation helped us serve more schools, helped us serve more children, helped us serve more families year after year. We are especially excited to be welcoming the walking classroom in our family of programs in 2022, providing an engaging, core-aligned curriculum that helps teachers and students move more and learn more. I hope each of you will check out our walking classroom booth that is in the hallway at some point tomorrow, and it's back over here to the left. Now, where's that early morning workout, people? What? Up, that way. Walking classroom this way. So as a former elementary school teacher, it wouldn't feel right if I didn't leave you all with some sort of homework. I have a small assignment for you, and that is just to start thinking about tonight or utilizing as a conversation starter with your fellow awardees as we finish our dessert. And that is this question: how has your school's health achievements impacted student health and learning? Student health and learning. We will reflect on this question in tomorrow's morning's Success Story Shout-Out session. We are going to lift you up, put the spotlight on you, and want to hear you shout out the things that you're most proud about. So please come ready to share your health achievements. Congratulations, have a great evening, and we will see you tomorrow bright and early. We thank you all for being here.